Okay, ALG2 students, here's a video for example 4 for section 6.4. We're going to interpret the inverse of a formula involving logarithms. A company uses this function to relate sales revenue R and advertising cost A. R equals 12 log of A plus 1 plus 25. R is revenue in thousands of dollars. A is the advertising cost in thousands of dollars. What is the equation of the inverse of the formula? So for that, we're going to, I don't know if they're going to do it this way, but switch the R and the A. And basically, we're going to solve for A, but switch the R and the A and then solve for it. Then it says, which equation would be easier to use to find a value of A for a particular value of R? So if they give you a value of R, can you find A? No. So it's going to be the inverse. But let's take a look at it. They start with R. There's the original equation. So we're going to solve for A. Minus 25 to both sides. Divide both sides by 12. Now we finally have the log by itself. Now that we have the log by itself, we can take the base to this part equals the A plus 1. So as messy as that looks, 10 to the R minus 25 over 12 equals A plus 1. And then to solve for A, we just go minus 1. So that's quite messy. But now it is a better equation. If you're given R, you can just plug it in here and solve for A. If you're given the revenue, you can find out the advertising cost. That would be easier to do than if they gave you R up here. That'd be tough to find A. So that's the benefit of rewriting a formula, is if they're going to give you a bunch of values that you don't have it solved for, rewrite the equation and then it will be easier. All right, let's see. That's how they state there. So one for us to try. Same formula. Describe what happens to the amount of monthly revenue as the cost of advertising increases. How might you determine the optimal advertising budget? Describe what happens to the amount of monthly revenue as the cost. Well, let's go back to the that equation. Okay, what's going to happen to the advertising as the revenue changes? So as revenue gets higher, as this number gets higher, it's going to make this number bigger. It's going up. As the revenue goes up, the advertising costs are going to go up. I'm not sure what else they were looking for, so I'm just going to click their answer. Describe what happens to the amount of monthly revenue as the cost of advertising increases. As A goes up, as A goes up, the revenue goes up. I was looking at the backwards. How might you determine the optimal advertising budget? Optimal advertising budget? As the amount of advertising increases, the amount of revenue increases logarithmically. Sample to determine a target amount of revenue. Determine a target amount of revenue, then use the model to determine how much spend you. See, that's silly. What they said optimal advertising budget, now they're saying determine a target amount of revenue. I guess if you're looking to make a certain amount of money, then you can find out what the optimal advertising budget is. Hopefully the word problems are nicer than that. 10, 25, 27, and 31. That's it for this video. Have a great day.